Forward here. Now we're in wide knee child's pose with the arms extended forward. The aim is to have your sit bones back in the direction of your heels. And your arms can be soft so that your elbows is rested. You're resting on your forearms, your hands are spread, and your forehead is on the block. So this is a nice modified version. You're resting your feet on a pillow or beside the pillow. And you want to elongate the spine. Have a nice long spine so the crown of the head is in line with your tailbone. And here we want to focus on our breath. And I know that can be quite challenging if this is a brand new position and it's maybe sort of awkward. But I have to present all the variations to you. So this is Balasana. And I want you just to really try and come away from your day, all that's happened in your day. And just really try and focus on your breath. So no matter what's going on in your personal life, all of us have things happening at different times in our life. So just come away because none of that is helping you right now. All you need to focus on is breathing in and exhaling. Slowing the breath so that your in breath is the same as your length as your out breath. Good. On your next exhalation, if you can either stay there where you are, if that's comfortable enough for you. If you want to work a little bit deeper, start to walk your fingers towards the front of your mat. Now this will ask you now to lift your elbows away from the floor. Press in your hands strongly into the mat. So you're working into the triceps, the muscles on the back of the arms, into the shoulders, and even into the spine, into the back. Breathing in and breathing out. 2 more breaths, just like that. Pressing the hands, spreading the fingers, shoulders away from the ears. 1 more, inhale. And on the exhale, lift your head. And this time we're going to either place your forearms onto the blocks, the 2 blocks, or, if you want to work a little bit deeper, you place your hands on top of the blocks. And then once you have your forearms or your hands on the 2 blocks, you're going to lower the heart down towards the floor. And the forehead rests onto the mat. Now this will elongate even more into the triceps, into the shoulders, into the side body. So you have options, forearms on the blocks or hands on the blocks. Drawing the navel in, shoulders away from the ears, your front ribs, bring them in towards your back ribs, but try to bring your heart down towards the floor. So you're opening up the chest, opening up the collarbones, creating lots of space in your side body. Slow and steady breathing. 1 more, inhale. And on the exhale, lift your gaze. And you're going to slide the blocks towards you if they have been brought forward. And then you're going to rock your body up into your tabletop position. Now most of you are resting onto your pillow, so just take your pillow from underneath your feet. And have your hips stacked above your knees and your shoulders stacked above your wrists. So your hands are totally on the block, so we're not having the fingers over the edge of the block. Make sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders and that your hands are spread onto the blocks. The crown of the head is aligned with the tailbone, and we're going to warm up the spine for our little Madhurasana, cat-cow. So from here, tilt the tailbone up, dropping the belly button down towards the floor, head up, spreading the the collarbones, the shoulders are pressed back and down, and then on the exhale, tuck in the tailbone in towards the belly button. Chin comes in towards the chest. Push the heart up to the spine, exhaling all of the air. Inhale. Tailbone up, more, just like that. Inhale. Keeping the arms straight. Exhale. Beautiful. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Now we're going to come away from the blocks and come on just to our knees. And then we're just going to stretch out the wrists, so circle for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex the hands, keep the arms straight, and then drop the fingers to the floor, keeping the arms straight. Good. So you're stretching the wrists, stretching the forearms. 3, 2, 1, and then just shake it out. Good. Now, we're going to come back onto our blocks, and we're going to take the blocks now beyond our shoulders. From here, we're going to rock the torso forward, engage the tummy a lot, and this is half plank, half plank. Good. We're going to come onto our bellies, okay? So this is a little bit awkward because we're going to use this extra cushioning underneath our pelvis. So at the moment, we have it underneath our knees, okay? So we have 2 ways of changing the position. Tuck the toes of both feet under, lift the knees away from the floor, reach back with one hand and pull the kneecap up. Drop the knees down so that your knees are no longer on the pad. Now if that's too much, you come back, you lift the knees, you take the pad and take it more forward. So now we're back in up to our half plank position. I need you to take the blocks out wider than your shoulders, wider than your shoulders. Okay. Normally we would do our chaturanga, hugging our elbows in, but we're going to do our traditional press up. So untuck the toes, and this time we're going to bend the elbows, lowering our torso all the way down onto our extra padding. Our pelvis should rest. And then we take the blocks away. So we don't need the blocks for now. We're going to rest our hands either side of our shoulders. Okay? So this extra cushioning should be underneath your pelvis. So the fundamentals for before, so this is all about back extensions, okay? So the fundamental for this next sequence of exercises is the pelvic action, all right? So I'm going to demonstrate it. I know 3 of you have done this before, but for the 2 that haven't, I really want you to be visible and see the difference of using this action here in the pelvis. So before we start to lift, okay, what happens is the tailbone, the same as when we're standing up, the tailbone at the very base of the spine, just watch what happens. We're going to tuck that in and under, okay? Now it's a small action, so I'm going to emphasize it here. So that's it, lift it up towards the ceiling. I'm going to tuck the pelvis down towards the mat, drawing the navel in before I lift my head and the shoulders away from the mat, okay? So we do that action on the in-breath. So everybody together, rest your forehead onto the mat. Draw the navel in, tuck in the tailbone, pressing the pelvis down towards the mat. Hands either side of the chest. Inhale and slide your nose and chin forward and lift your shoulders and just your upper part of your chest away from the floor. Squeeze the tush a lot, pressing the front of the feet into the mat so that you're not lifting your legs. Inhale, hold it here, and on the exhale lower. So we're not using our hands, we're using the strength of our back muscles. One more time. Inhale, draw the navel in, tuck in the tailbone. Exhale, hold that action there. And then on the inhale, slide the nose and chin forward. Lifting the shoulders, lifting the chest away from the floor, pressing the feet. If I asked you, you can take your hands away and you wouldn't collapse. That's very good. One more breath. Inhale, hold it there, squeeze. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, tuck in the tailbone, draw the navel in. Exhale, hold it there. Inhale, slide the nose and chin forward, lifting the heart away from the floor. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. Now you're going to bring your soles of your feet up towards the ceiling, so just bend your knees, and we're going to window wipe the legs from side to side. This just utilizes the lower back. Then come to center and release your feet back to the floor. So now we're going to move our arms out to cactus position, so goalpost position. Elbows in line with your shoulders, wrists in line with your elbows. We're going to do the same action with the pelvis. Draw the navel in and the breath in, draw the navel in, tuck in the tailbone, press it down towards your mat, and on the exhale, hold. Inhale, lift the arms, the forearms, the elbows, the shoulders away from the floor. Hold there, squeeze. Strengthen your back muscles. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. Inhale, draw the navel in, tuck in the tailbone. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, draw the navel in, tuck in the tailbone, squeeze the tush. Exhale, hold, squeeze, activate. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. Good. Now draw the feet up. We're going to window wipe the feet from side to side with the legs. Right to left. Right to left. Good. And then come back to center. Okay, 2 more in this sequence. So from here, we're going to come into what we call domed hands. So the hands come out, away from your mat, coming onto your fingertips, and we lift our elbows up towards the ceiling. So now, with this action of lifting the elbows, you're squeezing the shoulder blades in towards one another. Inhale, draw the navel in, tuck in the tailbone, squeeze the tush, and on the exhale, push into the floor with the hands to lift the torso, or lift the chest and the heart up a little bit more. If you can, try to lift your gaze. Beautiful. Inhale, hold it here. Exhale, lower. Keep the elbows lifted, the hands in dome shape. Inhale, draw the navel in, tuck in the tailbone, squeeze the tush. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Just one more time. Inhale, action in the pelvis. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. Good. Very good. Now take the feet up. Window wipe the legs. Just ease out the back. And then back to center. One last one. This time we're going to extend both arms all the way towards the front of the mat. You're going to have the pinky finger side of your hand pressed into the floor with your thumbs going up towards the ceiling, palms facing one another. Good. Now, the legs can be apart, they don't need to be together. The wider they are, the a little bit easier it is on your lower back. So from here, action in the pelvis. Inhale. And on the exhale, hold. On the inhale, we're going to reach the right arm and the left leg away, so the opposition. Lifting the forehead away from the mat, but keep the crown of the head in line with the tailbone, so don't lift the neck. That's it, gorgeous. Inhale, hold it here. Exhale, lower. Inhale, action in the pelvis. Exhale, hold. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Extending the fingers away from the toes, keep the back leg straight. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. Now you can repeat the single, one arm, one leg at a time, or we're going to go for the double. Double arms, two legs. Inhale, action in the pelvis. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift. Arms, legs, forehead, squeeze. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Fantastic. And lower. Well done. Feet to the ceiling. Hopefully now you're a little bit warmer. Sway, neutralize the spine. Well done. Well done. So let's do a little counter for that. Take the hands either side of the chest. Tuck the toes of both feet under. So this is pushing up into your half plank. If that is too much too soon, option here is to keep the left arm extended. The right arm comes back to your chest. You push the floor away with your right hand coming onto your side. You then bring both knees up towards your chest. This right hand on the floor pushes the floor away to bring you up safely into a seated position. Otherwise, we're going to try a little push up from
supine position. So the hands either side of the chest, squeeze the elbows in tight like two magnets coming in together. Tuck the toes of both feet under. Activate the action in the pelvis. Draw the navel in and then push the floor away into your half plank. And then that's it. And then bring your sit bones back towards your heels, stretching once again into your extended child's pose. Into your time. We're only going to be here for a breath. One more. Inhale. And on the exhale, slowly lift your gaze, rock your body up. Now we need the knee pads again, so we draw the knee pad down, taking our knees onto the knee pad. So down towards the back of the mat as opposed to the middle, because you're going to be stepping up. That's it. Good. So hands into your waist. We're going to step up with the right foot. We can start with a 90-degree angle with the right leg, and then progressing into a low lunge position. Tuck in the tailbone, draw the navel in. So this action that we just did on our bellies, we're doing the exact same action on the kneeling position. Good. You can keep your hands on your waist, or if you want a little bit more, we take it up towards the ceiling. Good. So from here, if your hands are on your waist, just drop your right hand to the floor and keep your left hand on your waist. Your hands are up to the ceiling, you're dropping the right hand down towards the floor. Okay, left hand is to the ceiling. Left hand, that's it. Good. Inhale, we've already done the action in our pelvis, and on the exhale, we're going to stretch over to your right. So that right hand is reaching down to the floor. Hips are square. Sorry, your right hand's down towards the floor, Maria. Your right hand, that's it. So the fingertips of the right hand is going down towards the floor. You're keeping your shoulders square and your hips square. Gorgeous. Beautiful. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, this left hand is going to now come in front. Place the left hand on the outside edge of the right knee. And then we're going to rotate the torso, lifting that right arm to the back. Rotating the head, rotating your gaze. So it's a kneeling twist. Inhale. Keep squeezing the belly in. Beautiful. Exhale, hold it there. Inhale, slowly rotate torso back to the front. Good. Now from here, you're going to step the right foot up a little bit more towards the front of your mat. So now it's no longer underneath your ankle. Hands come back to your waist. Hips are square, and you're going to slowly rock the pelvis forward, coming into a low lunge. So you're going to now start to stretch this left quad. We don't want to collapse the torso, yeah? We want to keep the shoulders stacked. Belly in, ribs in. Press the right big toe strongly into the mat. Good. Feel a stretch in your left quad. Yeah, left hip flexor. This is this little muscle that comes around and connects the back to the thigh. Squeeze. Now from here, stay in the low lunge position, and we're going to release our arms. We're going to circle our arms for 3, 2, and 1. Fab. Bring your hands back to your waist. Rock the hips back and change sides. So that right foot, take your time, place it down, left foot up. Take your time. Do you know, perhaps if you wish, you could also have your blocks. I should have mentioned that. Sorry about that. So if you're a little bit unsteady, you can place your hands onto the blocks and then change, helping to change from side to side. Is that okay? So left foot, 90-degree angle. This time the left hand is on your waist, right hand to the ceiling, and then the left arm drops down. So what we're aiming to do is bring the hands down towards the floor. And then even if you find that a little bit disconcerting, you can take your hand to the block for your side stretch, okay? That'll help make it a little bit more supportive. Now just check out the position of your knee. Don't allow that knee to come in. Yes, okay? So you really need to ground down, particularly into the big toe. Yes, yes. So into the big toe, that will help support the stretch. Just let me turn around. So inhale, reach up first. And on exhale, up and over. So no bringing in the knee in, or no bringing the knee out. Keep rooted down with that left big toe, left heel, tucking the tailbone in, drawing the navel in. That's beautiful. Inhale, And on the exhale, start to rotate. Right hand goes to the outside edge of the left knee, and then this left arm will sweep up as you straighten the torso. Good. Keep rooted down into the left big toe. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Hands to your waist. Bring the left foot beyond by just creeping the toe forward. I'll turn around again. So now the left foot is beyond the left ankle. And you're going to do that by a little creepy crawly. Sit. Hands into your waist. Now we're going to take the pelvis with us. Rocking the pelvis forward, but don't collapse the torso. Yeah? Keep the torso upright, even more and more up. Torso, that's it. So the emphasis is on the quad. Good. We're going to release the arms, or the option is to keep your hands right where they are. We're going to circle them for 3. Bringing them up for 3. Grind into that left big foot. For 2. And for 1. Good. Bring your hands to your waist. Rock the pelvis back. Good. Now slide that left foot back. Now we're going to step up, okay? So you can use your block to help support coming to standing. Take your knee pad out to one side. We don't need it right away. And we need to grab our belt. We need to grab our belt. I think I can try that now as well. So that's the thing. I blast the heat and then I forget. I'm going to start actually warming the body up. Turn that down. That's why my little yogis turn off the radiators. They're like, she's trying to kill us. Anyway, right. So make sure that there's no loops in your, that has a loop in it, yeah. So just unravel the loop, that's it. So that it's free. This is a belt. Now, we want to hold onto the belt with a good little bit of leverage so that you've got the tails on both ends. You want to have the back of your hand facing me. Back hand. Now I would start with a good bit of give on the belt, okay? And then you can tighten it as we go on. Alright, Mary? So the back of your hand is facing me, and all we're going to do is make sure your toes are in line with your heels, just to correct your alignment, hip distance apart. And all we're doing is breathing in, taking the arms up towards the ceiling. Okay. Now we're going to bring the arms up and over, okay? So we do have a lot of tightness in the back. Just let me demonstrate first. So what I don't want to see happening is this. Okay? Doing the little shimmy to get this belt back. I want you to take a deep breath in, just hold it there for a second, and then on the exhale, bring the belt back by squeezing the shoulder blades together. Okay? Then inhale at the bottom, exhale, take it up, big squeeze, and then release down in front. Okay? So let's have a wee whirl. Try your best if you can not to do the little shimmy. Okay, not to do the stripping. Okay. So deep breath in. Inhale. And on the exhale, together. Pull the rope apart. Pull the belt apart. Yes, good. That's it. There. Yeah, nearly. Good. Yeah, tight. I know, it's quite shocking. Because guess what, guys?
That's right. Yeah.
Eating dinner over. Dragging. Yeah? This is what happens, yeah? We don't realise it. But then when we go to do something like this, stretch. So what we're doing is we're stretching along the chest, not only the shoulders. So we're doing the rotation of the shoulders, but we're opening up this chest, opening up the heart. So even those back stretches that we were doing lying on our belly was all about strengthening the chest muscles, strengthening the back muscles, particularly the thoracic spine, the middle part of the back, which is notoriously tight. But once we strengthen the chest muscles, we're also supporting the heart, yeah? So exercises like this are really important. So you've got a bathrobe has belt, use your belt at home, okay? Inhale, reach it up. Like pull the rope apart. Exhale, so that's the easy part, okay? Let's keep going. We're going to do at least 5 of these. Inhale. Pull the rope apart. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now if you're finding that a little bit easy and you don't feel much of a, challenge, you can narrow the distance. So you have less give in your belt. That is just an option. You don't have to do it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. much better, Maria.
I
Inhale.
must take a tool.
Exhale. Good. One more. Inhale. Nearly, Maria. Exhale. So we don't want to try our nearly.
Tomorrow I'll get this sort of thing.
We don't want to bend those elbows. Yeah, we don't want this. Okay. Good. Last time. Let me see you, Maura. Nearly. That left elbow wants to bend. Okay, good. Now, one more. We're going to reach it up to the ceiling. We're going to pull the belt apart. So both hands are fighting against each other. Any of you's got siblings? My three. I want that. No, I want it. I was standing in the front. Oh my God. This is one sibling. This is the other sibling. You're pulling apart. You want the rope. You're not getting it. Okay. So this right arm is going to dominate to begin with. So tuck in the pelvis, draw the navel in, ribs in, lift the knees, squeeze the thighs, and this right hand is winning, it's winning. The left is pulling against it, the right is winning, and you take it over to the side. Keep pulling the left hand away, and then bring it back to center. Good. Now the left arm is going to pull, and it's going to win, but the right is resisting. The right is keep pulling against. So side stretch over, inhale. And on the exhale, back. Well done. Now, release. And now we can do our strictly shimmy. Shake it out, shake. Okay. One more exercise with the belt. We're going to take the belt over the right shoulder. Belt is over the right shoulder. Okay? Good. So it's nice and long. So this left arm, so this is called Gomugasana. So Gomugasana has a leg part and an arm part. We're just going to do the arms for tonight. We're going to take this left arm behind and we're going to take a hold of the belt with our left hand. Okay? This right arm is going to come up and as if you're going to give yourself a job well done pat in the back, you're going to take a hold of the belt with your right hand. The aim here is this right elbow is going to bring it up towards the ceiling. So to do that, this left hand is going to do all of the tugging. Now, keep gentle, okay? Don't want anybody ripping their shoulders out of their socket. So go easy on yourself. So you're going to gently pull on this left hand, holding onto the rope. This right hand is also holding strongly onto the rope, and it's bringing the right elbow up towards the ceiling. Holding it here, keep pulling on the rope with your left hand, creating that resistance you did on the side stretch, and breathe. That's beautiful, Sophie. Gorgeous. Lovely, everybody. Breathing in. And on the exhale, release your grip. Another shimmy. For Anton. Am I the only strictly fan? Obsessed. I never know what to do with myself when it's over. I'm like, oh, what's happening nice? This is more.
Such reminder.
This is my life right now. Don't get out, so it's like strictly. Okay, so now we're going to do it on the other side. So move your belt over to the left. We're going to wrap this right arm behind. Take a hold of the rope with your right hand. This left hand is going to come up. You're going to pat yourself on the back for job well done. And then take a hold of the rope. Again, go easy on yourself. One side tends to be more tighter than the other. This is my tight side. So I tend to go a little bit more gently on this side. But everybody's different, okay? It depends if you have a dominant side. So this right hand is going to pull on the rope. And it's going to bring that left elbow up towards the ceiling. Keep the action in the pelvis. Don't let it collapse. Draw it in, belly in, knees are lifted, planting the feet onto the floor. Really good, everybody. Good. Keep breathing. Nice length. Gorgeous. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, release. Good. Last shimmy. And then we're going to just place the belt to one side and we're going to try the actual position without the belts, okay? Just to give it a little bit of a whirl. This left hand is going to go behind. Now before we grab the rope, but this time we're going to work the hand. I'll take my watch off this. You're going to work the arm up your back in the direction of your right shoulder, okay? This right arm is going to come up and over. You're going to pad yourself on the back, but you're going to try and get the fingers to meet. Once they meet, you interlace. And now the pull is with the hands. Yeah, it's quite normal. This is my good side, of course, so I started with my good side. So, yeah, that's okay. So just keep working the elbow up towards the ceiling. Keep working the elbow. So you're stretching into the obliques, into the shoulders, the armpit. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, release. And give that left shoulder a big circle. Good. Opposite side. Right hand is going to reach back. You're going to try and work that hand as best you can. So what's happening with the shoulder? It's internally rotating. And then this left hand is going to come up. Pad yourself onto the back. Try to reach your fingers. This is my tight side, so my fingers don't even touch. It's lovely more. Good, good. So yeah, do you see the difference between one side and the other? There's some big difference. But breathe. Good. Good. Fantastic. Better than me. I can't even get my fingers touching. Look how much distance. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, release. And then a big circle with the right shoulder. Good. Now plant yourself to the middle of your mat. Feet hip distance apart. And we're going to breathe in and bring both arms up to the ceiling. As we bring them up to the ceiling, we're going to lift our heels away from the floor. Holding it there. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Swooping the arms down. 3 more times. Inhale, rise up. Toes aligned with heels. Just check the position of your feet. And then lower. Gripping onto the mat with your toes. Inhale. Exhale. Last time we're going to hold the heels lifted. Inhale. Hold the heels. Hands come together in front of your heart and pray. Now I want you to bend your knees. Keep your heels lifted. Bend your knees. And then hinge forward from your hips. As if you're going to sit down in a comfy chair. Okay, but there's hot coals underneath your heels, so you don't want to get burned. That's it. Good. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, keep your knees bent. Lower your heels. Bring your feet and your legs together. So now this is called Utkatasana. Squeeze the inner legs together. Press the knees together. Squeeze the bum cheeks. And then reach the arms up. Now, I want you to imagine you're shining a light from your heart. Okay, so you're lost. You're trying to find your way in squat position through a forest. That visual is hilarious. Okay, and your light from your heart is shining through so you can see where you're going. Because if you're like this, your light's not going to get very far. But if you're like this, your light's going to shine. Overlaps. Good. If it's too much for the arms, bring your hands to your waist. Squeeze those legs together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Beautiful. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, straight. Now, I will ask you to come to the front of your mat because you're going to be stepping back. And I want you to ensure that when you step back, you're on your mat. Hands come to your waist. Step back with your right leg, about 4 feet behind. If the balance on these railway tracks is too much, heel toe the front foot out so that it's wider, so you have a wider, more secure stance. We're going to take this right shoulder, right hip, right heel back, left knee, left foot doesn't move. Rotating round, opening up into warrior 2. So the left knee is bent, the front knee is bent, and the back leg is straight. Okay. When you look back, check out the position of your feet. 2 things. Your heels are in line, or if you're not using the railway tracks and the front foot is wider, they won't be in line. But what should happen is your heel is furthest back, not your toes. So pivot your toes in, okay? Then once you're happy with your legs, rotate your nose to the left and open up your arms. Warrior 2. The tendency is this knee to cave in, so you need to work the muscles, work the hip, the pelvis, to keep opening that knee to the left. Gorgeous, that's it. Plant those feet strongly into the mat. Beautiful. One more breath. Inhale. Now we're not going to come up, we're going to move from here to Trikonasana. So straighten that left leg. Both legs are now straight. We take our left ribs and our left shoulder forward. Okay, left shoulder, left ribs forward. Good. We're going to rotate down over that left leg. The right arm goes to the ceiling, or it can go to your waist. It can go to your waist. Beautiful, Mary. We're stacking our shoulders and we're stacking our hips. Both legs are straight. Straight, straight, straight. legs are straight. Good. Good. That bottom hand just rests against the leg. It's not doing much, but you don't place it on your knee. Your knee's your weakest point of your leg. So if you put too much weight on it, it'll go. Okay? So the back of the hand just rests. Inner thigh, calf. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, use your right ribs to rotate the torso all the way back up to standing. We're going to drop our right hand to our right thigh, left hand to the ceiling, and reach it up for reverse Trikonasana. So now we're lengthening from our left waist to our left armpit. Both legs are straight. Lift the knees, squeeze the thigh muscles. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, take your hands to your waist, straighten up the torso, and bring this right heel in. So now we're all facing the coffee side of the room. So look down at your toes. Both toes are rotated out, both heels are coming in. My hips are square underneath my shoulders, and I'm going to bend my knees, widely squat. This is goddess pose. Holding it there, good. We didn't come forward with the torso. The shoulders are stacked. We're squeezing our inner thighs, squeezing our tush, and then we take our hands behind. Interlace our hands. From here, you're going to try to squeeze the shoulder blades together. So really bring those shoulders back. Open your heart, open up the chest. Beautiful. Gorgeous. So doing fantastic. 2 more breaths. Keep squeezing the tush. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And on the exhale, straighten the legs. Keep the hands interlaced and pivot on the feet so that the right toes, left toes are now in line with your heels. We're going to lift the heart even more, and if you can, lift your gaze. And we're going to forward fold, hinge from our hips over our 2 straight legs. If it's too much the legs straight, you can bend the knees. Spine is nice and long, hands are interlaced, and if it's too much, you can bring your hands to your waist. If you can, try to bring your hands away from your tailbone, away from your back. Beautiful. 1 more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to bend our knees deeply. We're going to straighten up the torso, bend our elbows, and then release our hands. Good. Bring your hands back to your waist. Rotate your whole body to the front, and then a big step up. Well done. Second side. The joy of doing one side and then, oh, we have to do it again. Okay. Wee reminder. So, stepping back, so be it at the front of your mat, make sure your toes are in line with your heels to start with. Because if they're here, and then you go to step back, ooh, the knee, okay? So have your hips all in alignment, and then step back with your left. Bend into that right knee, so you have that give to step back. The back heel is lifted, all 10 toes facing the front. Heel toe for the width, and a little bit more support, the front leg. Otherwise, keep your feet on railway tracks. We're taking to the left this time. Right knee, leg doesn't move. Grind into that right big toe. Rotate. Left shoulder, left hip, left heel. Warrior 2. Shoulders stacked above your hips. Reach the arms up. Now have a quick peek down at your left heel. Make sure it's the furthest point back. The toes are just rotated at 45 degrees. Front knee is bent. Front knee is bent. We're strengthening our quads. This is Warrior 2. If you're dressed to 2, rotate your nose round to the right. And hold it here until I remember to say move. 36 breaths here. I let go and again and move. Good. Keep breathing. So your legs are working like crazy. 1 more. Inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to straighten that right leg. Right arm, right ribs is going to come forward. So that left shoulder, left ribs come forward, but not forward this way. Forward because the right. Good, that's it, Mary. Then rotate round and down with a straight leg over that right leg. Back of the hand just rest against. You're not holding on, you're not gripping. If you're here, that's okay too. Top hand can go to the waist or bring it to the ceiling. So when we were doing our standing with the belt, stretching from side to side, this is the exact same, only we have our legs apart and straight, 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 straight. Lift the knees, squeeze the thigh. Belly in, ribs in. Gorgeous. Breathe.
One more, creating space in our ribs. Our ribs, which protect our organs. Then from here, we're going to rotate all the way up to standing. Left hand floats down to the left thigh. Right hand reaches up. Now stretching from our armpit to our waist. A little micro back bend. Inhale. And on the exhale, slowly, hands to your waist, pivot the right toes, round to face the left side of the room. Good. Toes align with heels. Now bring the heels in. Bend both knees, sit down into your goddess pose. So this time, a horse stance, so this is goddess legs. We're going to bring the hands behind and just hold them onto your thighs. Hold on to your thighs. Good, so this is called horse stance. I know, I don't make these up. It's not my idea. So from here, we want those shoulders to come back. So the last one we had them interlaced, we brought our heart forward, hands grip onto the thighs, bring our shoulder blades back, heart lifted, and if you can, this time we lift our gaze also, but we sink those hips. We keep the knees going out wide, strengthening our quads, our glutes and our hamstrings. Beautiful. Keep breathing. You getting a cramp?
Bad knee.
Oh, bad knee again. You go easy, you go easy. Micro bend, just a micro bend. That's it. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, straighten. Good. Hands to your waist. Now pivot the toes. Left, right. We're going to forward fold with straight legs. Crowning the head in line with the tailbone. And this time, with the hands on your waist, you're going to bend the knees. Stay long with your spine. Feet are wide, wider than your hips. And then straighten the legs, okay? So the knees are bending, draw the navel in, and lift. Now, if you have a peek, just turn your head to see me. I'm not doing this. Okay, so there's no waving happening with the torso. The torso is sturdy, it doesn't move, all that's bending is the knees. And straighten. Bend and straighten. One more time. Bend and straighten. And then little micro bend in the knees and so you lift the torso upright. Turn the toes to the right, then the hips, and then a big step up. Well done. Well done. Now, a little balance pose. Little balance pose can be challenging, so if you find that you're very unsteady on your feet, go to the wall. Go to the wall. Okay? So this is called Garudasana or eagle, which is quite challenging. Take your hands to your waist, take your weight over to the left foot. A little soft bend into the left knee. And this right leg is going to come over the left. Now, if this is as far as your legs can go, you stay there. And if you find it hard to hold this position, you bring your tippy toes to the mat, okay? Rather than go like this, okay? Just bring your toes to the mat. So if you have the availability in your legs, you're going to wrap that right foot all the way around, like a pretzel, onto the back of the heel. The arms then do their own thing too. So bring them into cactus. You bring the forearms in together. The left elbow goes over the right. And perhaps you want to just hug your shoulders. That's option one. Option two is to wrap the arms all the way around so the hands come together, lifting the elbows away. So you're spreading the shoulders wide. I go for a wobble. You fix your gaze at a spot in the window, there's plenty there. Deep breath in, and on the exhale, unravel, unravel. And come to standing. You should feel it on the left tush. Just give it a shake, a little slap. Well done. Now to the opposite side. So that is one of the challenging balance poses that there is in the repertoire. So don't be a little disenchanted by the fact that it's very challenging. So take the weight over to the right foot, a little soft bend into the right knee, take the left leg over the right. You can stay here, squeeze the legs together, bring the tippy toes to the floor, squeeze the legs together, keep your hands on your waist. Take the right over the left, hug into the shoulders, okay? Or go for the full pretzel. Hold it. Everything into the midline. Squeeze, belly in. Fix your gaze. Complete focus. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, release.
It's not easy, just shake it up. Okay, we're going to come to the floor, but we'll do a little sun salutation arms to get to the floor. So inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, mounted Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, you're going to swan dive. Bend your knees, folding over your legs. So you can place your hands on blocks if you can't reach the floor. Allow the head to be heavy. Inhale, half lift. Hands come to your shins, straighten the spine, straighten the legs. You can keep your hands on the blocks. Exhale, fold. Exhale, fold over your two legs. And we're just going to hang out here for a moment. So place your hands on blocks or to the floor if your hands can reach the floor. Knees are bent and your head is shaking yes. Shaking yes. And then your head is going to shake no. That's it. So it's nice and free. Good. And then from here, lift your gaze and bring your right knee to the mat. And then your left knee. Swing your feet out to one side. And then slowly lower. Sit bones down to your mat. Taking your legs all the way out to in front. An option here is to have your little soft block sitting underneath your sit bones because it helps with the elevation of your pelvis. Sometimes when we sit onto the floor, you alright, Kristen?
Yeah. Yep.
So sometimes when we sit onto the floor, our lumbar spine takes a lot of effort to sit upright. So this elevation of the spine sitting on a block just helps to elongate the spine nice and tall. Our feet are flexed and have your blocks either side. So you can have your blocks high, medium or low. These are bricks and they're for you as props. Sitting up nice and tall, this is Dandasana, and we're going to forward fold into Paschimottanasana. But before we use our blocks, we're going to grab the belt for this one. So, place the belt around the soles of the feet and hold onto the belt with the two long ends. Using the belt, you sit up tall, you keep your elbows in towards your torso, in towards your sides, okay? Rather than bringing them out, like giddy up, okay? So we keep those elbows in. And remember, we've done all this work in opening our heart, opening up our chest. We want to keep the heart open. What we don't want now when we've come to the floor is to do this, yeah? To bring the shoulders forward. So pulling on our belt, breathe in, and on exhale, we bring our heart forward. Elbows in, fantastic. Now the tendency is to bring the chin forward. So tuck the chin in, your dressing is your two big toes, keep your feet flexed. So the crown of the head is aligned with the tailbone. Now for some of you, you might be back here. That's okay. Just close your eyes. Don't worry about anybody else. Just focus on your breath. So you're pressing the backs of the legs into the mat. You're keeping the legs active. And you're breathing slowly. Think of close some of your eyes. Slow and steady breath. Fab, everybody. Standing was all about strengthening, engaging our legs, our quads, our hamstrings, our glutes. So now we've strengthened our muscles, now we're stretching our muscles. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, slowly come up. Now release the belt, just keep it there, and grab your blocks. So it's the exact same thing, and you may need high side, medium side, low side. Or you may not need the blocks, okay? So whatever's comfortable for you, it's just there as an option. Sitting up tall, take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, bring your heart forward. Your hands are resting on the blocks, the elbows is in. Tuck in the chin and fix your gaze at your toes, or even just close your eyes. And breathe. Breathe in, hold in the position. And on the exhale, see if you can creep the heart bit by bit, a little bit more forward. Try if you can to keep those feet flexed, toes to the ceiling, heels towards me. One more breath. Inhale, good. And on the exhale, release back up. Good, very good. Now, we're going to grab the belt again, but we're going to just do it over one foot. So take the belt around the right foot. Okay? Now just move the belt to one side for now. We're going to take the left foot, the sole of the left foot to the calf. Now your block and wedge it in underneath your thigh, okay? Just to support the knee, if you can't open the knee and have it hanging out there to the left, because it asks a lot of the hip. So you can wedge the brick in underneath the thigh, just for that bit of support. You're now taking the right foot for a giddy up. So nice and sitting up tall, holding onto the straps, that's it. Lifting the heart, inhale, and on the exhale, bring the heart forward, elbows in. Good, so this is called Janushirasana. Keep the right foot flexed, that's it. Now, try if you can not to bring one shoulder up to the ear. Both shoulders back and down. Shoulders are square, even more. Christine, this left shoulder, yes, yes, yes. Do you know what? Yeah. Yeah, or even just take the leg out. It's just the emphasis over. Yeah. One more breath. Inhale. And on exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly come up. That's it. So we're going to change sides. So take the belt around the sole of the left foot and bring the right sole of the foot. Now, if you want to try this side, it's a little bit different. The sole of the foot is to come into the inner thigh, but that might be too much. It may be too much in the hips because we didn't really focus on the hips tonight, we focused on the back, so that's why I was using the block and also using the calf as an option. But if it's in your way, you can bring your foot to your inner thigh. Holding on to the belt with your two hands, lifting the heart, sitting up nice and tall, left foot is flexed, inhale, and on the exhale, keeping those elbows in, bring the heart forward, tucking the chin, crown of the head in line with your tailbone. Good. Beautiful. Closing your eyes. Focus your gaze on your left big toe. One more breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, slowly coming up to seated. Well done. Take the belt from away from the foot. To one side, blocks to one side, extend that right leg back down, take the foam block away, we're going to scoot the bum forward, and then you might want to have your belt just nearby, placing your hands underneath your thighs. You're going to slowly roll down, and we're going to take the knees into the chest. Now option here, placing your hands on top of your knees, taking your knees into your chest. Another good option here is to have your belt wrapped in underneath the backs of your knees and holding onto the belt with your two hands. You can use the belt as leverage to bring the knees into the chest. What's important here is to bring the tailbone down to the floor. So you don't want to lift that tailbone away from the floor. You want to keep pressing the tailbone down, the spine is nice and long, the back of the neck is long, the crown of the head to the ceiling. So we're not lifting our head and shoulders away from the floor. Good. And then from here, start to rock the body from side to side. So if you're holding onto the belt, you'll have to lift your elbows out of the way. Just ease out the back. Ease out the glutes. And the actual description of this pose is called wind relieving pose. I love saying that class. Everybody finds it funny. But that's what it is. So sometimes if you have cramps in your belly, this is a good position for you, yeah, to come into and just rock your body from side to side. Within the privacy of your own home. Probably practical. And then coming back to center, take the belt out from one side and then release the feet to the floor. And then extending the legs, coming into Shavasana. Now you all have your pillows nearby if you want to just grab your pillows. If anybody would like a bolster for underneath their knees, just raise your arm and I will assist. It just helps take the pressure away from the lower back. Yes, more, no bother. No, I need it when I'm. Yes, no bother. I always use a bolster because between you two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except that's the
No
one.
problem. And then just grab up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And grab
Okay.
this. Good.
Perfect. Let's start that.
So the most important element of relaxation is feeling comfortable. Feeling comfortable and warm. So that your body doesn't cool down too quickly. So that's the tendency when we are in relaxation. So never be afraid to have your clothes or your blankets nearby, just to wrap yourself up. I know for me, when I do this, I have practically a sleeping bag beside me. So I want you to take your awareness to your breath, just as you did at the start of the class, hopefully now in a much more comfortable position. And take a moment to give yourself a little bit of gratitude. One, for coming to class, for coming out in that cold evening rather than staying at home, cozy warm house. Coming out, and also for your bodies, for your physical practice of yoga and all that it is able to do. Now give yourself permission to relax. Just with your arms by your sides, palms rotated to the ceiling. Take your awareness to the back of your head. Relaxing the back of your head, the sides of your head, crown of your head, forehead. Relax your eyebrows, your eyebrow center, eyelids and eyes, nose, nostrils, cheeks, ears. Relax your upper lip, lower lip, and clench your teeth and remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your jaw and your chin, throat and neck, collarbones, chest. Relax your heart, your ribs, the two sides of your torso, your belly button, your hips and your pelvis, thighs, knees, shins, ankles, the tops of your feet, big toes, second toes, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, soles of your feet, heels, your calves, backs of your knees, backs of your legs, your hamstrings, your buttocks, lower back, middle back, upper back, your shoulder blades. Relax your shoulders, armpits, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists. Relax your thumbs, forefingers, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, the backs of your hands and the palms of your hands. All tension has evaporated. Letting go with every breath. You're softening your whole body so that you feel as if you're melting, molded into your mat and into the floor. And if anybody came and asked you to get up, you wouldn't be able to. Every muscle resting, ligament, tendon, every organ just relaxing. Your whole body still. Only your breath flowing in and flowing out. Remember, who you are is pure water. What you are now is the glass. Never forget your pure nature. No mud slung by others' misguided interpretations can change who you are. You can fit any shape and survive any challenge. The turbulence of life may shake you, but an invincible calmness abides within you. Allow, in this moment, the ocean to stop waving, the sounds to settle, and reveal itself and your true purpose to manifest. Before your glass breaks and you return to the ocean of spirit, seek the truth, speak the truth, and finally, be the truth. Take your awareness to your breath. Coolness of your in and warmth of your out. Your breath just like waves in the ocean, flowing in, flowing out. Expanding as you breathe in and contracting as you exhale. In your awareness to the parts of your body connected to the floor and the space that your body takes up on your mat and in the studio and your surroundings. Awareness to the signs you can hear. And then take your awareness to your hands and to your feet. Beginning to weaken the body, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and then relax. Relax your toes and your hands. Bring your awareness into your tummy. Draw your navel in a little. And in your own time, bring your feet up towards your sit bones, knees to the ceiling. Pressing your feet into the bolster or onto the floor. Take a moment, allow your spine to adjust. And when you're ready, take your knees into your chest, either holding onto underneath or on top. And then a gentle squeeze as you lengthen your spine and rock your body from side to side. Coming to center with your eyes closed. Reach your right arm up and over your head. Roll over onto your right side. Place your left hand on the floor in front of your heart. Just rest here for a few breaths. Allowing your heart to settle. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, push the floor away with your left hand, finding your way up into a seated position with your eyes closed. Legs are straight or crossed. Sitting up nice and tall. And then bring your hands together and rock the quick feet. Place your warm hands over your eyes. Open your eyes behind your hands and squeeze them shut open. Squeeze them shut open. Look up, look down, to the right, to the left. Rotate clockwise, anti-clockwise. And then close them again as you bring your hands together in front of your heart. And take a moment here and just think of a positive affirmation. Something to connect to yourself and repeat it. Take a deep breath in, lifting your right white heart. And then bow your chin into your chest with your heart lifted. Turn the corners of your mouth up towards your eyes. Flutter your eyelids open. Namaste.